Hey, my medical coding family, how's everybody doing today? Can you guys see and hear me? Oh, let me get chat in where it should be. Let's see. I'm trying to stream both on TikTok and YouTube, but if TikTok fails, I'll stay on YouTube. Gotta go over here for just a second so I can do the pop out chat and add chat to the replay. There we go. Now we got chat. I think we have our little girl back down there, so that's pretty cool. All right, and then, hey Bluey, good to see you. Hey Go Kart. I can, but the horizontal view on my phone isn't working with the chat. Aw, good evening. Hey Coding Fam, says Bill. That's awesome. I need to move this over so I can see TikTok chat. Hey, my life, Miss Gen Xer, how are you doing? Hey, NMV. Hey, Darcy, Darcia. Good to see you. Hey, Nimmy. Hey, Summer. Marush. How's everybody doing? Hey, Lucky. Hey, ZZ. Good to see you. Hey, Pennywise. Good to see you. It's fun to see your comments on TikTok. How's everybody doing? Yay, you're happy to see the avatar back. Yeah, I got in trouble, when my computer crashed during that last workshop, and my IT director came in here and deleted everything. So then I had to figure out how to put her back on. Let's get started with some questions. I didn't have time to format all of these, so I may have to go in here and separate them and put them on different pages while we do this, but it's okay. These are going to be really cool questions, really good ones. And we'll try to do them as fast as we can so that we can see all of them. This is just a mixture of E&M questions, OBGYN, CPT for OBGYN. I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. I just really, really, really want to stream on both YouTube and TikTok at the same time, and I can do it. It's just both systems really want streamers to be devoted to their product, and they are going to fight me. Well, TikTok is the one that's really fighting. Um, just not going to be able to stream on it at the same time until I get like two PCs and run them both individually at the same time or something like that. So sorry about that. All right. Just going to have to run it over here on YouTube. That way it's all saved and recorded, and you guys get access to the replay easier. Let me make sure. I got to open up chat so I can see it. Aw, thanks so much for joining the YouTube membership. Y'all's membership subscriptions does help me spend time buying all the books and all the stuff, including the AAPC licensing fee, which was several thousands of dollars this year. Where is today? That's today. Good. And then I need the pop out chat so I can read it. Here we go. All right. Everybody has the answer C. C is correct. Good job. My strategy on this one, if I was doing it, would be, of course, to see if we have one diagnosis or two, right? You know, if the patient is still pregnant, that you're going to need a secondary diagnosis code for how many weeks they are pregnant. Only two answers have that available answer. So, out of these two, are you a 14.1 or a 14.0? That's the only difference. And yes, C is your correct answer for that one. Perfect. All right, let me insert a page break. Get this one smaller, bigger for you guys. We got 29 of you guys on. 30. There we go. Don't forget you've got anatomy in your ICD-10 book or in your CPT book that you guys can update. Yes, B is the correct answer for this one. Perfect. Hey, Osborne, good to see you. Hey, Kayla, did you get the practice questions in your email today? Were you able to figure out how to download and open it up into a URL and start working on those questions today? Hey, Karen, good to see you. Hey, Yvette. Thanks for the love. Thanks for tapping the hearts. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for the thumbs up. Yay, awesome. I'm so glad. Hey, Kayla. Or Carla, I'm sorry. Happy Monday. Yes, yes, yes. Um, are we having trouble with audio? Yeah, I think so. It looks good on my end. Hey, Samantha. I'm so glad you found me. Yeah. Oh, I can go live on my cell phone on TikTok, but I hate doing it because it's like just not the nicest, right? Doing a screen on a screen. Let's see. Yeah, and edit the goal. Confirm. Ooh. Maybe this one. I don't know. Hmm. All right, everybody got the answer for this one. Let's see. Draw. Yes. That kind of delivery that I probably cannot say right here. Birth after cesarean. Yes, absolutely. 100%. That is that one. Yes, yes, yes. So it is D. Perfect. Yeah. Get this. There we go. All right, what do you guys think is the answer for this one? Raise it a little. There we go. Get it out of chat so that you guys can see the questions a little bit easier. There you go. All right. Sorry about the view being through a TV screen, but best I can do with TikTok. All right. Yes, you can use the 2024 books, and I prefer those actually right now for the current exam if you're talking about AAPC, CPC, certification exams, or anything. Even if you're going to take certification exam for CRC or anything with AAPC, the 2024 books are perfect. Have at it. Till December 31st. Absolutely. This one is one of APC's favorites. All of the above, right? All right. What about this one? I wish that whatever that is would go away. I want to end it. Yes, end. Good. Oh my God, I got that off the screen. Yay. Woo. I don't know what that box was, but it was just all up in the way. All right. Thank you for the 1,000 taps. You guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mm. This one's just the differences between knowing whether you are N92 or an N93. And then either you know your answer is C by just doing that, or if you think it's 92, then it's a difference between the 4, 5, and 6. Thanks, Go Kart. If you're talking about my live yesterday, that's on YouTube under the memberships, I think. Um, which you have the YouTube membership, so it should be playable under book prep videos, CPT book prep videos. Oh, if you're talking about emailed responses to exam questions, um, I haven't checked emails today. Yeah. I usually don't check emails until Wednesday because I have this class to prepare for today. And Tuesdays, I have a CPC course that I'm teaching for aapc. So I have that to deal with on Tuesday. And then Wednesdays is when I start dealing with emails. So, yes, this one is the N93. And you didn't even need to look up anything about the 92s and the differences if you found that N93 was your answer. Miss Jones. Get rid of that camera. It's just kind of in the way. Here we go. Ashley, thanks for gifting. Hey, Go Kart, you too. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the 2,500 taps on TikTok. Thanks for sharing the live out. Twinkle, twinkle. What do you guys think? First thing to decide is, are you coding for something in the 50,000 section, or are you coding something in anesthesia, right? So, what does the last sentence ask you? It says that we're coding for a procedure. So, anesthesia is not a procedure, so we can get rid of D. Now it's just a difference between this number and that number. So it's just two numbers, the 5,900 versus the 5,901. Figure that out, and then figure out if you can add radiology to either one of those two. Correct, Ashley. A is your answer. Perfect. Good job. What do you guys think about This one, run straight to your answers. Look at your differences. All of the codes start with the same first 3 digits, so they are probably all under the same header, right? Except for D. Sorry, it's 567. So let's check and see what header that is under. We go to 564. So what I like to do is, am I upside down? Is my camera upside down? My camera is upside down. Hold on. Let me see if I can figure that out. Hmm. It's so weird. Why are you upside down today? I can make you bigger. I can shrink you smaller. Where's my twirly button? You know, usually there's like this little twirly button you can twirl things around, but yeah. All right, let's see. Rotate. All right, let's rotate again. Here we go. All right. So what I like to do is come over here to these pages that have the codes listed and then what page numbers are on, because they do divide them up by red headers, which is body parts, and then also surgeries. And usually, if the first 3 digits are different, then we're doing a different surgery. So 564s are under incision. We're cutting into the body. A 567 is under excision, which is removing something from the body. You guys see those differences? This helps you a lot better than running to the codes, because the codes are kind of, scattered all about inside these little pages, and they're up and down different tables. This is a much faster way to figure out what's the differences super fast between your codes. So now I know, number one, the first thing I'm going to look for inside these exam question is, did I just cut into the body or did I remove something from the body? So I'll look for words that mean I removed something, like if we removed an ectomy or we did uh, um, what do they call that where they cut out half of it? It's not a biopsy, but it would be, you would have something that says that we remove something out of the body. And we just see the words incise and I and D. These are all just cutting into the body, draining some fluid out of the body, but not removing anything, right? So we can get rid of D really quickly. And then it's just a difference between our little individuals. The other thing that's kind of handy is it tells you what page number the codes are on once you decide which set you're going to keep. Usually this will get you down to a 50-50 shot, but then you can run straight to the codes. on the page where they're located faster than looking up and down the columns, right? So 5, 6, 4, 0, 5, 20, and 40. What's our differences? 2 of them are incisions and 1 of them's marsupialation. And 1 of them's perineal abscess. 2 of them are Barthon's gland cyst. So those are things that you would look for in the exam question to see what body part you were messing around with, right? And then out of the 2 that say the Barthon gland, which is here, right? You just need to know the differences between marsupialation or I and D. Gardening, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. That membership not only helps me pay for all the stuff that I buy from AAPC, but all the websites that I own, medicalcodingbyjen.com cost, over $1,000 a year just to send out emails and hold the web space for all your stuff, all the items that are up there, the practice exam questions, the space on the cloud and all that stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. But in return, inside that YouTube membership, you've got access to all the book prep videos, the workshop videos, the podcast, anything that I do anywhere, it's all the replays are there. Yay. So C, everybody got C for this answer for this one? Let me move my camera out of the way. Got it all up in the way. Y'all gotta yell at me and tell me to move my camera because I forget that I have it displayed. And y'all can't see what I'm seeing. Let me grab this and move that back down. There we go. I'm going to try to figure out this year, it's one of my to-do projects, is to figure out how to get you guys an externship with me. Find a way that you guys can help me with my website, whether it's making practice exam questions and posting them up for people, something that you guys can do if you guys have your certification, but you need to get rid of your apprenticeship. And if I had some sort of way that you guys could just extern and help me out, then that would turn into coding hours for you guys. Should be able to do that now that I hold the license for AAPC. So we'll see. I'll figure out how I can do that and have some positions open for extern that you guys can help out in your spare time. And then we'll keep up with your hours and turn that into getting rid of y'all's apprenticeship if you need it. Hopefully we can expand, do something. There's got to be something we can do. Yes, the answer to number 7 was C, as in cat. The sound's awesome. My IT director brought me his own microphone from his setup, so I think you can probably hear my nasal hairs flowing back and forth inside my nose. I think it's really, really clear. I'm like, this is just too clear. You don't have to make it this good. He's like, oh, this ain't good yet. You wait. He's building something. I don't know what, but I want to be able to take everything off the cloud and have our own server in the house so that I can house all of my systems and my streamings and stuff so that I'm not having to rely on OBS or um, what do they call that I store all my stuff on? I guess it's just the cloud, Google Drive, my Google Drive, right? Because it crashes, right? We have a bunch of outages today, and that's, I still need to teach. I don't need to be beholden to some other companies and the cloud. We can build our own server here. So that's his project for this year, is to not only build me another system so that we can stream both TikTok and YouTube at the same time, but we're going to build a server in the house too. So all of your guys' support with the purchasing of the notes or the memberships is going towards all that. We're spending it all for sure. Yes. Yeah, get that man to work. Yep, yep, yep. Carla's interested. Yay. Yeah. I got to figure that out. I have the hardest time creating the pages and putting the exam questions on there with HTML code. And I can't imagine trying to teach you guys how to do computer code. So I got to figure out a different way of doing that. Um, so we'll see. Even if you guys worked in Zoom and built quizzes inside the Zoom site for me, that would be helpful too. So I don't know. I'm going to figure out something. This one again, are you in integumentary or are you in the OBGYN area? Um, the first 3 digits of every single available answer is under a different surgery type. So just knowing what those headers are and what type of surgeries are done underneath those first 3 digits of your CPT code and what that has you looking for here should be able to pick out an answer really quickly just by looking at your surgery headers. Yeah, maintain my own server. Yep. With the backup server of some sort. We'd need a backup for the backup, but yes. And even CCO and Legacy both have externs that work for them and get their hours in for getting rid of their apprenticeship, then why can't I? So if anybody else is doing it, then I can too. I'm too Gen X for all that. I gotta be able to provide the same stuff so I can help guys out too. And I loved having externs in the clinics that I run, whether it was new nurses, new medical assistants, even new medical coders or billers. Back then, they called them just billers, medical billers. We didn't have coders. But I used to hire externs from our local community college all the time. Hire them, well, it was free, but it was great because they come with their own insurance and liability, and it was free help. I loved it. Twinkle, thanks for all the shares. You're awesome. Almost 7,000 taps on TikTok. What do you guys think is the answer for this one? Number 8 is B. This one confused you? All right. So if we're in our book, I don't need the camera that big, but if we're in our book, um, 565 is under destruction. Our 570 is under incisions, but it's different body parts, right? Our 570 area, which is answer A, is under a different body part. Look at that red header. 57065 is under. And then answer B, 56515 is under a different body part. So the first thing you need to know is, where are we located? What body part are we dealing with? And that will help out a whole bunch. Where are and what is these things, right? You do get one hint, which is this word, which tells you you have to be in the code set 564 through 568. At least those code sets will have to be your answer. So that means 570 is out, 575 is out, and that means integumentary is out. So if you know just the body part right here, the only code set here that is under that body part is only answer B. Make this just a little smaller and get all on the screen for you guys. There you go. Plan of attack would be, am I an 003 or an 020? What's your differences there just between those? How to fix your out of code sequences. When starting to learn, which video is this one to start with? Yeah. Look at Twinkle answering them all. This live got 1,805 taps in the last 5 minutes. Wow. That's so cool. On YouTube, we have 49 viewers. TikTok, we have 30. This is why the code sets are my worst enemy. No, no, no. They are your best friends. At least they're consistent and they're always the same. They don't change. So just knowing how to go about getting a plan of attack for the questions is super helpful. If a patient is still pregnant when they leave you on any given day, you know one of your guidelines, hopefully, is that you need to document how far along in their pregnancy they are, right? So remembering that little thing is super helpful, because that lets you know that you will have a secondary code for whatever is going on in their visit today that you have to code. And the last 2 digits correlates with how far along they are. And that's handy to know. So she's still pregnant. She's only 15 weeks. We will have 2 codes. That'll get you down to a 50-50 shot on this one, and you don't even have to really look up the 003 or the 020 until you get to this point. And then you need to know, would you be an O or a 9? Nationally? Yeah. I wouldn't make you come to my house and work here. Yeah. We gonna do it remote in our pajamas, right? Absolutely. 100% remote. Now, if you gonna come to my house, you can clean the garage. I don't know how that would affect medical coding or get you some medical coding um, experience, but man, I need some help with my garage. It needs organized. I got stuff everywhere. I can't even park cars in there. I got one car in there, but I need to be able to get two. But between the drum sets and the scooters, and then all of my for sale inventory for my McCary and what's that other site? Uh, Poshmark. All my Poshmark items and McCary items. Oh my gosh, I got stuff everywhere. Yeah, I need help organizing. What was the answer to number 9? Number 9 was D as in dog. Now, all of these 566s are under excision. So they're all under the same header, and it's going to tell us we're on the next page. So it's just differences between our 20, 25, 30, and 33. So they're all in a row. Some of them are parent codes. Some of them are child codes. 30 and then 33. Okay, so we only got one child code. They're all the same procedure. Some of them are partials, completes. Some of them are radical or add in extra procedures, like additional removals of other things. So, what was actually done today? Don't forget you do have your definitions over here to the side that will tell you what the differences are between simple, radical, partial, or complete. You've got your definitions here. Oh, somebody passed. Nicole, what did she say? I just took my cert exam today and passed with an 86. Awesome. Wonderful score. You only missed 14 questions. Fantastic. That's really good. That's awesome. Wonder why would a YouTube say you can't join today's YouTube stream? It's weird. Do I have only people here that have memberships? Or no, Samantha doesn't have a yeah, no, she has a membership. Hold on. Did I pick something weird that says only people with memberships can join today? Or do I have anybody that I don't know? You'll need my address to send me something. I have a P.O. box. Yep. And it is listed on Medical Coding by Jen's website. So if you go there and go to, take this off of desktop mode and put it back on Android mode. If you go to the menu tab and go to the social media links, there is a P.O. box listed there. It's all the way down somewhere. There it is. It's that orange thing right there. I've got a P.O. box there. If it's anything major, they just ship it to this house. If it's letters, they can open it and scan it, but most of the time I just have them ship me everything here. Hey Rachel, how's it going? Everybody's hitting up Nicole, wanting to know how she did. Chesney also passed her CCSP exam. Congratulations. I know that's a tougher one. Very good. She also has her associate's degree in medical assisting also. Awesome. Medical coding, I mean. That's so weird. Okay. I just can't comment. What did I do? Like, I don't have. I can put it on fan fundraising where only people that send money or something can see chat or something, but I don't do that. Should be open to everybody, but who knows? I'll check in to see what I've been doing. Let's see. Engage with your audience. Start a Q&A, start a poll. Members only live stream new. Schedule your live to switch to members only. No, I don't want to do that. Should be everybody. Let me try to go to also free resources because I have another YouTube account that does not have a membership. See if I can join in on today's live. Hmm. Oh, that's not going to help because that's got me logged on as me. It's on members only mode. So weird. Hey, Michelle. Well, no wonder I've been getting so many memberships. I didn't intend on doing that. I never have done that. I don't know how to get it off. I'll investigate how to get that off, but that is crazy. Insert an ad, delay ads, create highlights, add streamer marker, share. Very weird. Sorry. This particular question, answer 10. Did everybody get A? I'm getting distracted and I want y'all to see a whole bunch of questions today. Did everybody get A? Any issues with this one? We did radical for our deep, but it was still a partial. So radical partial. All right. Number 11, anatomy. cuts down on the OT so you can study and catch more of the live post. Okay, Rach. Just don't know how I did that. That is awesome. I watch a streamer, Duran. I don't know if anybody is a Sheester, and he has his lives where it's only the members so that it cuts down on the chat so that he can focus on answering pertinent questions, I guess. All right. But I know we both feel bad about it. All right. What about procedures involving which of the following structures are found in this area but not coded in the female reproductive system? Very cool question. AAPC loves to pick questions where you're looking for an incorrect answer. So this is a very good question to study with. What do you guys think? Yes, you have to make sure if you have a paid membership with YouTube, make sure your device that you're logging onto to watch the YouTube live is always logged on to the original account that bought the membership. Because sometimes your kids will grab your device and use their log on for YouTube, or your husband, or whoever, your cousin comes over to the house and they'll switch your device YouTube log on to something else. Or you Apple users, y'all have this auto feature that automatically signs you up for new accounts without you guys having to enter in anything. That happens a lot for like Etsy and stuff. You don't have to create an account, but it still lets you go through and do the purchase. Which then they can't remember what account they use to log on with. So it gets a little crazy. Just be sure your device is still logged on to the original account that you purchased the membership with. Everybody, for this one, D is your Skene's gland. Yes, yes, yes. That is in your ICD-10 book in the anatomy section right before you start coding those ICD-10 codes. What do you guys think is the available answer for this one? We got 48 viewers on YouTube and 53 on TikTok. Let me know if you got any questions. You don't know this one? Oh, then let me show you real quick. Use your ICD-10 book, right? How are you going to look up to see what the answer might be? You have the 4 tables in the front of the book. Remember, you've got your alphabetical index, right? You've got your index for injuries, your drugs, but you also have one for your neoplasms, right? So we can go to because we see cancer. We see the word cancer. So that's helpful, right? Just go to the body part, which will be at the back. It's the V. In neoplasm, V, U, L. Cancer in situ will be your D07.1. You can also utilize the alphabetical index. And I think if you just go to the VI1, also tell you there too. Because right there, if you go to VIN, see how it tells you in the alphabetical index, C neoplasm, intraepithelia, vulva, VIN. Tells you go your alphabetical index. Yep. And then we go to our D07.1. Vulva intraepithelia neoplasm 123. It says it right there in your tabular list once you get to D07.1. It tells you that it is VIN number 3. Oops, this way. Move that over this way. Everybody see it in your tabular list? Got it? Yes. D is in dog. Bluey's like, oh, fun. The book is backwards. Oh no. Did we lose it again? Let me rotate it. Sorry. Uh, is that I thought can't tell, but take your word for it. Y'all let me know if it's still backwards. I'll keep rotating. Not on my end. Carly, thanks for joining in. How's it going? Still looks upside down to me. Close the book. It looks like it's inverted or something. Flip vertically. There we go. That's better. Hey Flo, how's it going? Can you use the books during the test? Yes, they are open book exams. Hey May, good to see you. Carcinoma is cancer, yes. A question very similar to this was on my exam. Yep. I have a tendency to find those questions. I can help with any medical coding certification exam, whether it's CCS, CPMA, CRC, any of them, COC. I do hold a certificate in CPC, CPMA, and CPC instructor. And I do have and have purchased the license for the aapc course and material. I am teaching a course right now, and we're doing our midterm exam tomorrow. We're halfway done. My courses tend to take longer because I like to do the chapter work with the students. I do the practical applications with them and the end of chapter exams with them. And then I spend a couple of weeks doing mock exams, prepping them for the court, for the certification exam. So there's 21 chapters in the course. So if we do one chapter a week and then a couple of weeks of mock exams, my course is a lot longer than 12 weeks for less than what even AAPC is charging for the course. So we spend a lot of time together. And I like to do the course with you guys, but that's what's going on tomorrow. We'll be doing our midterm exam. What do you guys think for this question? Is our patient post delivery, and are we billing for the baby after delivery? If the answer is no, then we get rid of A. Then it's just a difference between, is our first code an O24.0 or an O24.3? Figure that out first, and then figure out if you're an O24.03 versus an O1 if you got to keep going. Yes, she might be type 1, but these are trick questions. Remember that if you look at your O24 in your book, don't bypass it, right? You've got to look it up. O24 means diabetes mellitus in pregnancy. It is pre-existing type 1 diabetes in pregnancy. So it's a combination code. This code includes your E10. So you would never code those two together. So that gets rid of D. So you know your answer has to be just a difference between B, and C? Are you in a 0.0 or a 0.3? 0.03 versus 0.01 or 0.033, sorry. This one's unspecified. And this one's per diem. Yes. C is your correct answer. Perfect. All right, guys, what do you think is the answer for the next one when it comes up here on the screen? It's running a little slow. Don't forget, inside your HitPix book, Appendix C has some acronyms in it, abbreviations. The back of your CPT book also has, the back cover has acronyms or abbreviations in it also. It means you destroyed cells, and in general, that means you use cold, heat, electricity. So you're usually using cryotherapy, laser treatments, electricity like ferrugulation. I can't say that word, but you could zap them with electricity. You can zap them with lasers, two different things. You can cryo freeze them, but it's not the same thing as an excision, like removing it. It's kind of obliterating it, you know. You're welcome. We have 56 on TikTok. Thank you so much for the 4 shares of the live that we've got. And we have 44 people on YouTube. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Ooh, I got to do the puzzle piece on TikTok. Hold on, guys. I got to put you down so I can do the puzzle. All right. To make sure we're still here. Was working on notes for the guidelines for 2026. It's always so much fun. Oh, get you back up in here. Maybe. I can't see. Ugh. I wore my hair down today and I got hair everywhere. All right. There we go. Get y'all back up here where y'all out of chat so you can see the questions. There we go. 14,000 taps on TikTok. You guys are awesome. Hey, Jules. Good to see you. That's a trick question. IVF can mean both A and B, correct. It's not always which answer is correct. It means which one is the best answer. Or which one is the answer that AAPC wants, right? If you go to your alphabetical index in your CPT book, right? And you go to your index Everybody knows how to use their index back here, right? So if you're in the 2025 AMA CPT book, I'm on page 1105. If you look up IVF here, what does it tell you in your index in your CPT book? That place right there is what they're talking about. That's where you find the answer. They're wanting to know, do you know how to use the index in the back of the CPT book? Index B. Thank you for the 2 heart me's on TikTok. Who was that? Mick Aldwell. Thank you so much for the heart me. Everybody find your answer back there? Yes, it is B as in boy. Perfect. Let me add in a page. I used to do leaps in the office. You can attack this one by either doing it with diagnosis code to help get you down to a smaller amount of available CPT codes to look at. We do have some differences between the first 3 numbers of the CPT book. So if we go to 574, those are under manipulation. Nope, wrong one, because we got to go under 574 60s. And those aren't on this page. We got to move to the next one. 574 60s are under a different body part, which is cervix, and it's under scopes. And then our 575 20 and 22 are under excisions, same body part. What is a leap conionization? Is that an excision or is it a scope? That will get you down to a 50-50 shot if you understand the differences between the 574 60s and the 575 20s. 575 20s are excisions, and then these are scopes. And that's just by using the index in the front of the book before you even get to the CPT codes in this area. I like to use it because it tells me the differences between the codes. You guys on TikTok, this is what I'm looking at right there. 2 sets of the answers are under scope, 2 sets of the answers are under excision. These things are cool, especially if you've got 2 sets here and 2 sets here. Just knowing that they're under different body parts half the issues. But back over here. Hmm. I still don't see anybody with a correct answer yet. Let's go to these codes. So a leap cononization is not a scope. So we know we're an excision. So we know we can get rid of at least B and C. A leap does not have the word scope in it at all. What a leap is you know those toothpick things that you buy and they have pre-made little things of dental floss in them? They look like that. And the dental floss is the electricity wire that's on the end of this instrument. And we're cutting away the lining of usually cervix, uterus, whatever, to remove some cancer cells to send off for pathology. We're using electricity to do it. The E's electricity, right? And it's a removal and excision. So under 575, 20, and 22, out of those two, one of them is using a cold knife or a laser, and then the 22 is using a loop. And that is what that L stands for. LEE, loop excision with electricity probe thingy. Yep. So we know A is our answer because this is not doing it with a cold knife. I'm not sticking a knife in there, and I'm not using a laser. A laser is not electricity in this sense of the word. Correct. And remember, everything that is inside mama code is also inside all of her children code. So cononization is in both 57520 and it's also inside 57522. Cononization of the cervix with and without fluorogularation, that's our electricity, with and without dilation and curette, with or without a repair. All of that is code 57522. Everything that is inside mama is inside her children, up into the semicolon. So the complete description of 57522 is cononization of the cervix with fluorogularation, that's electricity, with the dilation and curette with or without repair. Loop electrode excision. So conionization is inside both of them. Same thing for every single code inside of the CPT book. If you have a mama code like 57452, over here, she's a coposcope of the cervix, including the upper and adjacent hoo-hoo. I can't say that word, I'm sure. So is the 54. So is 55. So is 56. So is 60. And so is 61. They all are the same coposcope of the cervix and upper adjacent woohoo, right? So the only differences between the 52 and the 54 is it's the same scope, and we're still doing the upper and adjacent areas, but we're also including a biopsy of the cervix and endocervical curette. So we're scooping too. So understanding the differences and what's included in mama and child codes is vital, or you will not pass the certification exam. So be sure to know about mama and child codes. See the blue header above the 57500? All of these procedures are not scopes. They are all excisions. If you look above the answer 57460, that code's blue header is over here under endoscopy. So everything underneath that blue header, these are all scopes. So the first thing you do is figure out if you're a scope or you're an excision. And these leaps are excisions. Excision is in the name. A is your answer for this one. Yep, A is your answer. All right, for our next one, what do you guys think is the answer for it? Move it down just a hair. Yes, Jenkins, it is C. Perfect. You guys know that one? All right, let's try another procedure one. This one will be difficult if you do not understand your mama and child codes. Ooh, we have 33 likes on today's live. in YouTube. That's so cool. Okay, now how do I get back into? I don't know if I can still give away membership since everybody that's watching the live has a membership. But maybe I can extend somebody's membership or something like that for free for 30 days. I'm going to send YouTube some money and we'll see if it picks some winners. So Kanisha, my girlfriend, good job. Tasha, Julie, Michelle, Jones, you guys all won free YouTube memberships, so you should be able to join the live now and watch for free on YouTube and be able to watch all the workshop replays and all of the CPT, ICD-10, and guideline book prep. I've already been doing 2026 PCS notes and the 2026 guideline notes, and I'm working on turning a 2025 CPT book into a 2026 book for those that want to take their exam after January 1st. Good night, Meryl. Hope this was super helpful. Don't forget to watch the replay back on YouTube. You need to watch it later. We'll be on for another 30 minutes. We got 42 people on YouTube and 33 likes of the video so far. On TikTok, we have 47 people on and 18,000 taps and 8 shares of the live. Thank you guys. Appreciate the support. This one is D. I don't think anybody had any trouble with this one. Perfect. What about the next one? Let's get another one up here. To 586 and a 591, 586.61 would be a scope of the ovaries, and then a 591 would be under maternity and delivery care and under excisions. So just knowing that is super helpful. Your answer A is under scopes of just ovary, and it's not under maternity care at all. It's only under just ovaries. Okay. Now, answers B, C, and D are all under maternity and delivery care, and they're under excisions. Florina, good to see you. Hey, Rotunda, good to see you. Jen, I took your micro class Friday and it was super helpful. Aw, I'm so happy. That's awesome. We had fun. I've been trying to build some micro exams inside Zoom so that when we join our class on Friday, I can send you to your computer a little mini exam, 3 or 4 questions, and then you're all alone on your computer, even though there's a bunch of us on Zoom together. But the questions are only seen by you and you can only answer them by yourself. You don't get to see what everybody else is answering. So that's pretty cool. You submit your answers to me. I don't share like, so and so got them all wrong, but overall in general, you get to see what everybody was picking and then we'll go over them and then I'll show you how to answer the questions inside the books. So I think that's even more beneficial than doing it this way so that the chat isn't influencing your answers. You don't know what everybody else is picking, right? Because the questions are on your computer, right? So I think that's been fun. I don't have another one of those classes up right now because I need to do another Sunday workshop and prep those questions for that. But we will start them back up right after Halloween. We'll do them the next weekend, Friday or Saturday. I think some people were asking for Saturdays. So we'll do them on right after Halloween again. What do you guys think? Yes, C is the answer. I don't think anybody had any trouble. Just knowing that these are under maternity care is super helpful. Yep, 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 yep. 511 codes versus 590 codes. Noticing that 2 answers are under one green header and 2 answers are not under a green header is super helpful. Thanks so much for all the work inside TikTok, Twinkle. Ooh, my cell phone is on fire. It is hot, temperature wise. I think I have a message from somebody, but I don't know who. Can't see it right now. What do you guys think is the answer to this one? Ultrasounds. Ultrasounds, OB, definitely an area that will be on the certification exam. I don't know whether to do another boot camp at the end of this month or just a mock exam. Do you guys have a preference? I mean, I love the boot camp the way it is, and I don't think there's any issues of redoing it, but I have a lot of people that want another boot camp for some reason. But I do have the replay. But anybody got a vote about whether the end of month workshop for October should be another boot camp thing or just another mock exam with, 75 questions in 3 hours, or would y'all prefer an all-day mini course? D as in dog is the answer for number 19 here. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but I've built the PowerPoint presentations, right? So I've built this the framework of it and how long it should be. So all I need to do is swap out the questions that are inside of it for new questions that are sort of the same. So it's not like I got to recreate the whole wheel, but just swapping out for new questions. That's why it's not that bad of a deal. It's just I don't know if anybody's interested in a whole mini course. You want a mini course? You're taking it next year. All day mini course would be great. Y'all prefer Saturdays or Sundays? Sunday, Sunshine says. Saturday says Jessica and Bluey. Sunday says Samantha. Saturday says Carla. I test next month, but I still don't have the Hip Picks book. Can I take it without it? Yeah, you've only got 3 questions on the exam that are hip picks. Um, inside your CPT book, write down your Medicare colonoscopy, your Medicare influenza, flu vaccine, and pneumonia vaccine codes out of hip picks. Write down the codes for bicillin. There's 2 or 3 codes for bicillin and casting supplies. Um, Short arm cast, long arm cast, and then your ambulance modifiers, you'll need those, and your anesthesia modifiers. If you have those all written in your CPT book, you'll catch at least 2 of those 3 questions and you'll be just fine. Saturday works, Saturday works. Taking it on the 31st. You are taking it on the 31st. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to do it on Halloween night. So it's going to be the the days before it. All day, all day. Y'all want an all day. Brittany, either day. The live is recorded. Be back. Yep. Won't forget. Thanks, Sonia. Wow, how did I just stumble in this? I'm actually in coding school. Oh, Marina. That's awesome. I hope I can help you out. Hey, Nicole. I hope I can help you out. What do you guys think the answer is? It is A. I didn't see anybody with the wrong answer. I think y'all are good on that one too. A is your correct one for that one. Ooh, this one's going to be challenging. Number 19 was D. Just purchased your boot camp. How do I view it? You would have gotten a download PDF, right? With your purchase inside your email that you got, you have the word in the email that says download. Hover over the word download in your email receipt. I know it's weird, but when you hover over it, you'll see that you can grab it. So click on the word download and it'll instantly download a PDF to your computer somewhere. open that PDF, and typed out on that PDF is a URL, like what you're seeing right here on my screen. Up here, it'll say YouTube /video, and it'll give you a number like that right there. And you just type that in, and it'll take you straight to the video. And then you can watch that video and replay it all you want. You can pause the screen, turn off my voice, try to do the questions yourself, and then, of course, watch it in your own time when you can. You're welcome. Thanks for the 10 shares, the 21,000 taps on TikTok. Thank you for all the love and likes on YouTube. I've been self-studying watching your videos, and your YouTube is very informative. Aw, thanks, Tay. Does anyone know any tips on guidelines for each section? I'm just nervous about the exam again. Moving any of the guidelines to the areas that are affected is super helpful. So if you're doing cancer patients, right? I like to move all the guidelines there, like at COO in the ICD-10 book in the tabular list. I'll just move all my guidelines to that page. So our first guideline is to wait for the pathology report to come back so that we know how to code it. That way we're not coding unspecified. Our second guideline is, if you have a patient who has anemia due to cancer, what's default? Do you do anemia first or cancer first? What if their anemia is due to the treatment of the cancer? What comes first? What comes second? All my sequencing just goes right there on COO. Same thing for OB. Any guidelines that I have for OB all go on the very first page in my OB section, which is OOO, right? In my tabular list. Everything's there. My diabetic, my insulin dependent, my complications during pregnancies and end up having hysterectomies. All of those examples go right there in guidelines. I just put them all on one page, and then that way I know where to run. No matter what guideline I'm hit with, I have them rewritten in an area that is associated with the direct codes that will be my different answers. What do you guys think is the answer for this one? And it is not A, Bluey. Number one thing usually on the CPC exam is count how many codes are in your available answers. Is it more likely that you would have 2 codes or 1 as your available or correct answer according to aapc? What is their purpose, right? Most of the time, they're trying to put a bunch of propaganda in these questions to make you think that you have to code 2 codes, right? And is it likely that you have 2 codes that are in different sections of the CPT book, 493 and 589, and you add a 51 modifier to those, saying that these 2 procedures are related, but they're in different sections of the CPT book? Most of the time, your answer is 1 code instead of 2. And then what your difference is between 589 versus 586. You can look on this page in your book, right? 586 is under, where are we at? And then 589s are under ovaries, and then your 586s are under laparoscopic. So did we do excisions or did we do scopes? You know you did a scope. So you know your answer is B. This one is scope. This one is excisions, which is an open procedure, which you would have seen a scalpel and stuff. And this one's the only one that's a scope. Just looking, most of the time you can answer these questions without running to the individual CPT codes. You can answer them with these header pages in the front of the section right before you code these. Because it's just differences between the surgeries. They want to know, do you know the differences between an excision and a laparoscope? Thanks for all the shares. Yeah, the E&M workshop is great. I have a CRC workshop. I have a boot camp, which is a mini course for all the sections. And then I have individual mock exams that are 75 questions in 3 hours. Those are great too. The E&M, I have a CPMA workshop too to show you how to do those cases at the end. I have a set of notes that are good for CPMA, a set of notes for CRC. Yep, I have videos per section. Like if you only wanted to search up YouTube videos for just E&M, you can go to that playlist. I have a playlist that's just cardiovascular, all kinds of stuff. My new notes for cardiovascular were redone in 2025. We do have some new codes for 2026. So I will be adding those to those notes and getting them posted up on the website. Yes. You can get started with the notes that are already available because cardiovascular is a massive section to get done. You have to do Appendix L. You have to do all of cardiovascular. It's a huge section. It's one of the biggest. Yes, we have about, I don't know, it was about 18 new codes in cardiovascular, but they're not hard. The differences are body parts. It's not a bad section, and it's just not 18 codes. What I have available will get you going for sure. It's so massive. You got to mark your differences between your arterial, your venous, the right side of the heart, the left side of the heart, your supras, your extras, your intras, your infras. There's a lot of differences in cardiovascular. You got to get started. What do you guys think is the answer for this one? Yes, A is correct. Yep. Good job. Ooh, another one. This one will be good. There's just a tiny little differences between the second and the third digits here. And just knowing that is super helpful. If you're a 94 in anything that starts out with the number 5, then you know you had a natural delivery. If your second and third digits are a 95, then you had a C-section. That is super helpful. 100%. If your digits are a 9-6, then you know you had a previous C-section, but you're going to attempt natural today, but you may end up with another C-section again. So what's your outcome today? How are the twins delivered? That will help you eliminate some answers and help you get down to a better or correct answer. What do you guys think is the answer for this one? Still got 38 people on TikTok and 39 on YouTube. Thank you for the heart maze. Ooh, we got another one. Who was that? Meryl. Her in her boutique. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Five, 9, 4, 0, 0 versus 5, 9, 4, 0, 9 versus 30. So 30 is postpartum only. What did we do today? We delivered twins. So we know we're not 30, which is A. We know we cannot be C because we did not do a C-section. The 9-5 means C-sections. So we can get rid of that one. We can get rid of this one. Now, D and B both have the 09 in it. What are we billing for today? We're billing for the patient's prenatal care. We're billing for her delivery, and we're billing for her postnatal care. Only one code has all of those three things in it, and that is always our OO code. There's only one mama. that you can provide prenatal care and postnatal care for. So you would never times the OO code times 2, maybe in conjoined twins or something, but for this particular person, and I'm talking about the mother being conjoined twins, not the babies. You can only bill for one mama having prenatal care and postnatal care, right? That's why your second twin, you don't bill for prenatal care, postnatal care. That's why the code changes to delivery only for the second baby. That's why B is your answer. Because that would be interesting. We do have a set of conjoined twins that just recently had a baby. So I wonder, could the OBGYN bill a 59400 for those conjoined twins that had the baby recently? Even though only one of them is married to the guy and they're counting it as the other conjoined twins, but they share. Yeah, they have one takes control over the right leg, one takes control over the left leg, but they share everything from the chest down. Kind of interesting. You'd have to consider the other heart and respiratory system that's involved in the OB care for the mom. It'd be interesting to bill that for sure. Anyway, what do you guys think is the answer for this one? They're two individuals. They have two separate brains. They have two separate hearts. They have two separate birth certificates. They're two separate people. But billing for the conjoined twins who share a uterus, how do you bill their delivery of the baby? It's kind of interesting. Would you bill for one prenatal care person or two prenatal care persons? Whatever it's going to be, is I'm sure it's going to be denied care. Insurance company ain't going to want to pay for that. But yeah, you got two hearts, two sets of lungs, but one uterus, one birth canal. But you have to consider the other conjoined twin is part of the circulatory system for that delivery. It would be a complicated case for sure. Yep. East Coast. Yeah, it's only 6:30 here in Arizona. This will be our last one we'll do today. Do we have one diagnosis code for today that we're seeing somebody for? Or do we have two? Or do we have three? Or two? Are they still pregnant when they leave you today? If they are, like our very first question that we did today, if they're still pregnant when they leave your office and you did something for them today for OB/GYN, whatever, you need to diagnose them with how far along they are, right? So you always get to look for the number of weeks that they are and look for the corresponding Z code to be involved in that available answer. If they've delivered, we won't bill that code. But if they leave you and you saw them today and they're still pregnant when they leave, then you know you're going to need that code. So that helps me get down to 3 available answers. Now, am I an 009, an 014, or an 009? We've got that right there. And then it's just a matter of which code goes first, a Z code or an O code. These tend to have a lot of propaganda in them, so be careful. You're going to be thinking about that case all night about the conjoined twins. Yeah. They just recently had a baby, so I was super happy for them. That's awesome. All right. If they're identical twins, then the mothers will share DNA and you will not be able to tell whose ovary the zygote came from, too. So checking DNA from mother parental rights would be interesting if they're identical twins that were conjoined, too. So that would be crazy. Oh my gosh. And I guess all conjoined twins, well, I guess they could be absorbed twins. So not really. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, that would drive my brain crazy auditing that. But yeah. All right. Are we an 014 versus an 019? 014 is preeclampsia, and then our 009 is supervision of a high-risk pregnancy. Are we in 014 and 009? Oh, she's going to have a baby girl in January. Aw, that's awesome. Sorry, Sabrina, if I missed your question. I think I keep missing them. Sorry. I have to stop thinking. I don't know. They're on TikTok. I forgot their names, guys. I'm sure everybody knows them. They've been conjoined and been in the news their whole life. They're the females, the here in the United States. They have separate top halves but conjoined bottom halves. The preeclampsia was a previous pregnancy. It's not today's pregnancy. So we have to get rid of B. Then it's just a difference about whether we add in this Z34.83 or not. And we don't need it. Yes. Our answer for today is definitely D. Yeah. Yes. Since our OB and delivery rates are the worst in the world compared to any other country on the planet, it is always something to be sure you have a very good plan in place with your hospital and things go awry and you may end up somewhere else, but be sure you have your plan put together and that everybody's on the same page. You can even submit your plans for delivery prior to even arriving to the labor and delivery at the hospital of your choice. Even if you deliver at home or plan on a home birth, it's always good to have a standard do's and do not wishes posted and available for all the area hospitals in your area. Um, you know, insist on things like even if you had a normal pregnancy and you have a normal delivery and expected outcome, make sure they have, you know, random little crash carts and things available and in your room for sudden emergencies. Um, they don't need to be down the hall and around the corner. You know, I think every room should have an immediate, you know, delivery crash carts for both baby and mama in every single room, but they don't. But every other country does. So, you know, they don't, they try to save a lot of money here in the United States by not providing that in every single delivery room. And then that causes delays, you know? So it's ridiculous. Make sure that they have emergency equipment standing by in your room, is my suggestion. Working years in a OB and delivery, don't let them say, oh, it's next door. No, it won't be. It'll be around the corner and down the hall. And somebody got to go run and get it. Nope. Anyway, OB and delivery is scary enough without trying to save money on supplies that are readily available. It's silly. I hope today was super helpful. I'll be going live again on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday, probably with more book prep videos here on TikTok and on YouTube stream. So look out for those. Now that I've got the 2026 books, it is push time for making notes. So when I'm not teaching classes on Mondays and Tuesdays, and I'm sitting here working on notes, I'll be going live and working on notes. So have your alerts set so that you guys can see when I'm going to be live and you can hop on and ask your questions. Extra help in the 5000 series. Yay. Yeah, actually, be sure to look at the YouTube channel. It's great. If you're ever there on the YouTube channel, knowing how to navigate around it is super helpful. What the heck? Come on, go around here. So, like, you guys on TikTok, up at the top on YouTube, you go over to live, you click the live tab. It's got a list of all the lives all in one video, and you can see what I'm doing on what day, right? It'll say guidelines or CRC or ENM or urology or radiology. It says in the video titles what I'm doing that day. There's musculoskeletal, there's female reproduction. I try to go back at the end when I end the lives and change the headers so that you guys can see what's being done on those set of questions that day. So be sure to tap on the live button and go through those videos and find the ones that you really want to watch. So the answer to this question that's on the screen right now is D as in dog. I hope this is super helpful. Don't forget to go check out the post page on YouTube also, because it's a ton of practice questions that are not videos. Just click on what you think the answer is and it will immediately tell you what their answer is with the rationale. Super cool. I have a free practice area on my website also at medicalcodingbyjen.com. You can go there, go to the resource tab, and there I've got CPT book prep pages, shows you how to make your own notes for free. I have book prep videos that are there for free. All the rest are on YouTube. And then I also have free practice questions that you guys can practice there also. And there's free PDFs and PowerPoint presentations you can download, E&M flashcards that you guys can do, all for free. Thanks, Samantha. Love you guys. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys later on in the week when we're going to be doing more book prep. Yay for 2026, huh? And everybody wants another boot camp? You guys are crazy. Spend 7 hours with me. What 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 day can I do that on? Today's the 20th. I have to do it either the 25th or the 26th. It'll have to be the 26th because I need time to make the questions. All right, guys, I'll go post another boot camp up for October the 26th. And you guys go book it and then plan on joining and spending the day with me, because that only gives me 6 days to change out the questions on that other boot camp. So I hope to see you guys. I hope that's enough time to get you guys to join in on it. But we'll do that on the 26th. Yep. Or you can watch the replay. Yes, absolutely. All right, guys. See you guys later. I hope this was helpful.